It is a given that the wealthy fear poverty more than the poor do. For what do the poor have to lose? With wealth, there is always a degree of fear. Fear of losing it all. Fear of not staying on top of your game. Fear of having the lifestyle you have become so accustomed to taken away from you. Farouk Ghani, secure for so long in his wealthy lifestyle, is now faced with a threat that will lead to a newfound fear. The fear of his family coming to some kind of harm. Sayyidina Amr ibn Auf radiyallahu anhu reports that Habibuna sallallahu alayhi wasallam has said something to the effect, "By Allah, it is not poverty I fear for you, but rather I fear you will be given the wealth of the world, just as it was given to those before you. You will compete for it, just as they competed for it, and it will destroy you, just as it destroyed them." Narrated by Sahih al-Bukhari and Sahih al-Muslim.
أهلا هلا فيكم بالحب نحييكم معكم سعاداتنا في برنامج عشوة في برنامج.
The silence of the long winter's evening is broken by the wind howling outside. It sounds even more forlorn in the area of Fietas as it rushes through the strips and swaths of empty land. Where houses once stood and homes were made, now just a handful of residents remain. Ali Baba is sitting in his armchair, puffing on his pipe and telling his grandson about the events that unfolded in the life of the Ghani brothers after their father was shot.
I'm getting old, my boy. I can't seem to remember things as easily as before. What was the last bit that I told you about Yahya?
Lol, Nana. You're only 74. You were telling me about Julie's depression, remember? Something about it being the beginning of the end for her. What does that mean, Nana?
Ah, yes. A terrible time it was. Julie was sinking deeper and deeper into depression. We got a local doctor to come out and see her every week. Back then, the doctors would still do house calls, but Julie refused to take the medicine he prescribed, and the boys were too young to realize that their mother needed professional help. They tried to keep things afloat in that household. Farouk and Hassan would wake up every morning for Fajr and go to the masjid. Then Hassan would go home and see to Julie before going to school. And Farouk would take a taxi and go straight to the market to get whatever fresh produce he could get to sell.
Yo, that must have been so hard for them.
It was tough. Added to that was the changing landscape of Fietas. The Group Areas Act had come back with a vengeance after the forced closure of businesses on 14th Street. Up to the early 80s, they were bulldozing houses and evicting people left, right and center.
How come your house wasn't affected?
It was the mercy of Allah, Yahya. By the mid-80s, the eviction stopped. Only 67 families remained after that, and we were one of those.
And the Ghani house? You showed it to me on Saturday. So that was also saved, right, Nana?
It was. The boys were terrified that they would lose their house. You see, they no longer had the strong figure of their father in the forefront, and the mother was really just a shell of a woman she used to be. But Alhamdulillah, their house was also spared and they remained in Fietas.
So, what happened to Julie then?
Well, that was a real tragedy. Exactly a year of the day that Ashraf was murdered, Julie was found in her bed by her boys when they came home at the end of the day. Poor Julie. She couldn't even live without Ashraf. In the end, she died from depression.
Farouk Ghani is shaking in fear at his desk, his phone clutched tightly in his hand when his secretary Rubina walks into his office. She is stunned to see her usually composed boss in a state of disarray. Immediately she calls her sister Farhana to come through, and in a little while Farhana comes rushing into her husband's office.
Farouk, what is it? What's going on? I don't know.
Farouk, you have to tell me. Are you sick? What's wrong? Rubina, what happened?
I'm not sure. I just came in to tell Mr. Gunny I'm done for the day. He was shaking. He had his cell phone in his hand, and just a minute before I heard him speaking on it, I think he got some bad news.
No, I had a phone call.
A phone call? From who?
I don't know. He said he's watching.
Who? Who's he? Farouk, calm down. Take a deep breath. Shh. It's going to be fine.
No, it's not. You didn't hear him. His voice.
Shh. Here. Have some water.
Okay, that's better.
Now, start at the beginning. You got a phone call from someone you don't know, right?
What did he want?
He didn't say. He just... it was a threat.
A threat? What do you mean? Like a death threat?
No, I mean, I don't know. He just said he's watching me.
Ya Allah. He didn't say what he wants?
No. He just said he's watching all of us. My wife, my sons, and my daughter.
Ya Allah.
This isn't good. Shouldn't you call the police?
The police? What good will they do?
No, Ruby, that's a bad idea. If we get the police involved, our whole life will become public news. Farouk is a very well-known person in the community.
You mean everyone will find out about you and Aman?
Exactly. That's the last thing we need to happen. I mean, Salma and the kids don't even know we exist.
Yes, nobody must even know about you and Aman. It's going to just ruin my life.
But Mr. Gunny, what are you going to do about this then? You can't just leave it.
I don't know.
This is so nerve-wracking. We can't do nothing, though. I mean, imagine someone watching our every move. What about Aman? It's not safe.
Farhana, I think the guy meant Salma and my other kids. He said your wife and your sons and daughter. I don't think he knows I have another family.
Oh, thank Allah for that. But still, what about you? And Salma and the kids? You'll need some kind of protection.
But what? What can we do? I have no idea who this guy is or anything.
Mr. Gunny, maybe you should think of hiring bodyguards. That way, even if someone is trying to get to you or your family, you'll have the bodyguards to protect you.
You? You think so, Rubina?
Definitely.
But maybe just for the others. I mean, if they don't know about me and Aman, then we don't really need bodyguards, right?
Well, yeah, I suppose so.
Rubina, I know you're headed home now. But will you sort it out? If we are getting bodyguards, it will have to be done as soon as possible.
Of course, Mr. Gunny.
Right. Rubina, you work on it. Farhana, leave your car here and come with me. Mike will drop you off before he takes me home.
عشوة شوف العشوة عشوة فيها لمة عشوة تسعد قلبك في برنامج عشوة في برنامج عشوة لا 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 لا.
After dropping Farhana at her house and going in to visit Aman, Farouk Gunny returns home much later that night to his house in Houghton. Mike drops him at the front door and waits until his boss goes in before taking the car to the back of the estate to park it in the 6-car garage alongside Farouk's fleet of exclusive vehicles. Mike retires to his quarters but remains alert with his phone on after hearing about the threatening call that Farouk had received.
Farouk, I'm in the lounge.
Coming. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Farouk, you so late?
I know. Sorry. Where is everybody?
Sleeping, of course. The kids have heavy days now that school and varsity are open again. Anyway, you look terrible. What's wrong?
Nothing, but... Salma, something happened earlier when I was at the office.
Oh, what was it?
I got a call from some strange guy.
So, what did he want?
He said he's watching me. He's watching all of us. You, me, the kids, like it was kind of a threat.
What? Oh no. It wasn't a prankster, was it?
I don't think so. He sounded serious.
But why would someone be after us? I mean, it's not like you've harmed anybody or done anything wrong. Right, Farouk?
No, I don't think so. Maybe he's after my money or something.
Oh my goodness, Farouk. What if somebody wants our money and is trying to kill us for it? If it really is some kind of threat on our lives, then we'll have to call in the cops.
No way. I can't do that.
What? Why not? How else are we going to find this guy? Imagine if he comes for me or Nazia or the boys when you're not around. What are we going to do?
No, that's not going to happen.
Don't be so sure of yourself, Farouk. Remember, when the twins were born, there was that woman from Cape Town that came to our old house. Remember how she insisted that she was your girlfriend many years ago and that she had a child with you.
Salma, do you have to bring up old stories? I told you that time that I had worked with her when I first went to live in Cape Town. She was just making that up because she wanted money.
But she hounded us until you paid her.
How else was I supposed to get rid of her? Anyway, this is a different issue.
And how do you propose to solve it this time?
I've thought about that. Salma, we are going to have to hire full-time bodyguards.
What? Don't be ridiculous, Farouk. You already have Mike. Just imagine how having a bunch of goons around will affect my privacy.
Aha! So you value your privacy over the safety of all of us? No, there's no other option. As of this week, we'll be hiring a set of bodyguards to be here around the clock.
Zaidan is settling in to his first week at Radcliffe College. It is the first time that he's staying away from home with his family in an unfamiliar environment. He was expecting the experience to be daunting, and although he is a bit homesick, he is surprised to find that he is actually enjoying the novelty of staying at a boarding school. In his lunch hour on the third day, he is walking around outside on his own, familiarizing himself with the many sports fields when he is approached by a tall, lanky white boy.
Hi, I haven't seen you around before. Are you new to the school?
Yes, I just started this term.
Cool. I'm Sheldon. Grade?
Grade 10. I'm Zaidan.
Weird name. Don't you have a nickname?
Not really, but my family calls me Zay.
Cool. I'll call you that. So Zay, where are you from?
From Joburg.
All the way from the big city. What brought you to school so far out?
My parents want me to get a good education, and they heard some amazing stuff about this place.
I get that. It's a good school, but it's really weird that you're starting in the middle of the school year, in grade 10.
I suppose. So where are you from? Sheldon, you said, right?
Yep, but you can call me Shay. Hey, that's cool. Shay and Zay. We can be a team. I'll be your first friend here.
Awesome. I was worried that I would find it hard to make friends, but you just made it super easy. So Shay, what made you choose a fancy school like Radcliffe College?
I plan to get a degree in fine arts someday. And this was one of the few boarding schools that offered drama and art as matric subjects.
Wow! So what will you become if you study fine arts?
An actor, of course. Hollywood is calling my name.
Wow! Impressive.
What about you, Zay? What are your plans for the future?
I suppose I'll study medicine, maybe specialize in surgery.
Cool. Surgery is also an art, you know. Surgeons always have the most amazing hands. Let me see yours.
Alright.
Unthinkingly, Zaidan holds his hand out for the other boy to see. Sheldon takes Zaidan's hand in his. Immediately, a feeling of unease comes over Zaidan, but it takes him a moment to react. He pulls his hand away in confusion.
Hey, what are you doing?
Zay, relax. I was just looking at your hands. They're so well formed. You'll make a perfect surgeon one day.
عشوة شوف العشوة عشوة فيها لمة عشوة تسعد قلبك في برنامج عشوة في برنامج عشوة لا 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 في خير الليالي جلستنا محلاها تجمعنا المحبة في الله الأخوة غيمتنا التواصل وامطاره لقياكم وازهاره ضحكاتكم في الأوقات الحلوة غيمتنا التواصل وامطاره لقياكم وازهاره ضحكاتكم في الأوقات الحلوة عشوة يا ألفاتنا عشوة ترابطنا عشوة.
We are excited to announce that the Radio Islam app is available on Android as well as the iOS platform. Download it today. Access seamless streaming, salah times, recipes and all other features available for free from Radio Islam International.